Hello and welcome to this edition of Dent Hit Gaming. As always, I am your host Dent, and in this episode I would like to call out all the butt-flickin quitters that are in Apex. Stop doing this. Okay, so normally I do not show the character select screens, but on this particular one I'm going to, because right here
Rampart? Alright, cool.
I say, oh, you want Rampart? Okay, cool, because that's who I was going to pick. So I gave him his character of choice, and I was picking first. Which is, you know, they got exactly who they wanted to play as. So, really, they can't complain that they didn't get the character they wanted, because I gave it to them. So, I even compliment them. 95 kills already, nice. And then it shows that I'm the champion from the last match I played, and I talk crap about myself in a second because I have no idea how I got it. I only got 2 kills and 900 damage. I don't know how I was champion, but whatever. It's right there. I just said I had a crap game last game. So they choose where they want to go. They chose this. So I say, okay, dude, I'm jump master, but we'll go there. So not only have I given them the character that they want, I've also landing in the zone that they want to land. And on top of this, I actually communicate where I'm going here in a second. I say I'm going to the floating bin, probably the far one.
One of the overhead bins. Probably the far one.
Right there. So
Right here.
I'm going right here. I ping exactly where I'm going so he can land by me or somewhere in the general vicinity. So I go ahead and start picking up some weapons, and I kind of hear some footsteps by me, and they sound like Pathfinder footsteps. So I start looking around because I don't want to get taken by surprise. I don't know how many squads there are. I don't know a lot of stuff. So I hear him running around. I don't see him, though, so I assume he's down there. So I go ahead and ping enemy over here. And then I know there's an enemy that way because Bloodhound just pinged me. He's on the run. Now the only problem with him taking that zip is he goes right into the Pathfinder and gets shredded right here as he's healing. So he gets down, I go ahead and swap my Mozambique for the wingman, and then I go on the offensive. So I look over to see if he's looting, but I can't see him. So I'm like, okay, he's not. I need better close-range weapons. So I said, hang on, man. Let me get some better weapons. I'll move to you. So I hear them zipping. I think he's coming to me. So I wait for him. This guy just starts pinging this banner like crazy. Like I don't have over a minute to go get it. Like, why are you in such a hurry? You're obviously not that good. Just stay dead, and then it'll keep you from dying more. So I smoke it up, grab his banner, get shot, and then bolt it. So as I'm running away, I'm thinking, should I bring him in right here? No, that'd be bad. There's too many guys over here. So I go ahead and spray with the alternator here just to kind of get him away from me, and I completely missed my smoke. That was such an embarrassing shot, but I'm like, whatever. You know, let's just get this guy back in, because right there he pinged that he wants to get respawn. I don't want to do it in such a hot zone because it's a high probability that I'll die. So I go ahead and start moving over to the next zone to give him a little bit of breathing room. And then right there, you hear that gunshot? That was at that drone. So I'm like, crap. You know, I'm going to go back and res them anyway. They get their guy in, so I don't have an option right now. So I'm going to go push right here, and then he pings. So this is what I've changed my plan for him. Okay, fine. I'll go over there and res you. And then from out of nowhere, he just, you know, disconnects. And I stop mid-game. Like, I stop mid-game. I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah, so this guy's name is Packer Alex 14. You're an idiot. Like, you're an idiot. Don't do this to your team. Like, that is just the worst. Like, people that play like this are the worst, and it needs to stop. Anyway, this mission, I pretty much go over here, and I just fight the team that killed him, and I get offed, and I was really hoping for a win, just so I could shove it in Packer Alex 14's face, but alas, it didn't happen. You know, fate had another plan for me. But speaking of fate having another plan for me, I played another round immediately after this one. Guess what? I got hooked up with another BFQ, and he quit. So, but you know, fate had a different idea for me on that one, and I'm going to share that one with you right now. Alright guys, thanks for letting me get my rage out on that little first part of the video. So here I'm playing with a Loba. I decided to just go ahead and take Rampart because the last guy I had just totally took the character and then quit, so whatever, I'm just taking it. So this guy again, he pings telling me where he wants to go or where we're going because he's jump master this time. So that responsibility is off my shoulders. So I go ahead and fly with him until he starts trying to shake me, which usually means if I don't know if you guys have seen your teammates do this, but if they start shaking left and right like this, that means they want you to bail off. So I'm like, all right, cool, man, I can take a hint. I'll bail off. So and then I see the squad below us, right there. I called it out, said there's a squad with us. They're going middle.
They're going mid.
Yep.
We've surrounded them. We need weapons. We can close in.
So I'm basically saying, we've got them surrounded. We just need weapons, and I'll close in, or you can close in. But they got guns first. They took my teammate down. So I'm like, ah, crap. So I just start running in with the gun I have, which is an alternator. It's a pretty good starter weapon. So I'm obviously running in to help him, and he just disconnects. Like, he just quits. Like, what is up with all these BFQs, man? Like, what is going on? Like,
again?
See, I'm again, like, what is happening? So right here I see his teammate running off, and I heard him healing, so I know he's an easy drop. So I just start trying to tracking to see where he is. I know he's not up here. I hear it. I know he's not on the roof, so he has to be in the basement. He pings me. He knows I'm coming. I go ahead and take him down. So I know his teammate's probably running back. I want to make sure I get my shields up. And I just kind of guard the door so he can't come through that door. Now I can hear him running in. So, yep, I knew he was on the stairwell, so I just go ahead and take him down. So alternator is actually a really good starter weapon. So, and then from here, I just kind of loot and scoot and try to move on to the next area. Alright, a little bit further into the match, I do see a beacon for a care package off in the distance. I want to go ahead and make sure it's clear so I get the altitude and I go ahead and fly over, because it sucks when you accidentally fly in and you land in front of a full squad, or you land in front of 2 full squads that are just fighting it out and you just get shredded. But luckily enough for me, it was all clear. The only real good thing I got out of it was that knockdown shield, so I go ahead and progress as usual. I just heard some gunfire off to my east, I believe, so I'm going to go ahead and make moves towards it. I'm going to go ahead and again gain that altitude from the balloon and get up high. Plus I'm on the move anyway because the ring's going to close soon. I know it. Go ahead and check this box, get me some shield heals, and then advance over to the balloon so I can get that altitude and survey the area one more time. So I'm up on the zip, I'm taking a look around, and then all of a sudden I see the triple take shots flying over by that mountain over there. So I get in position for sniping. Now I switched to flatline just because I love the flatline up close, but I also have a charge rifle, and that charge rifle I specifically picked up because in the season 6 is cool because it's got Evo shields all over the place. Like, there's no normal shields anymore. That's just Evo shields. So if you can snipe, which I can't, that's why I use the charge rifle, then that's good for you. But this is how I get my damage up. I just charge rifle people. Now these first few shots are just absolute trash. I get a lucky hit right there to get the knock, and I'm kind of giggling to myself. You can't hear it on comms, but I'm like, I can't believe I just got that guy. But I go ahead and reload real quick, see if I can get some more damage up. They're fighting just out of sight, and then she moves in, so I'm like, all right, get that damage. So it just went from blue to purple. So I know I'm going to be able to heal up soon. So right now I'm just kind of wanting a clear shot, or I'm wanting them to get pushed on by another squad. I know that the ring's moving in. I'm like, I guess I'm going to have to make this. I'm going to have to make this an up close and personal fight. So I switch to the flat line and run in, which is the only real thing I can do right now because the ring's coming. So I hop down. Immediately go for cover, just in case she knew where my charge rifle shots came from and she wants to push me. Why she would, I don't know, but I go ahead and heal up. And I move in. So right there I hear him, like, I kind of wanted to creep around to see if she did push, but then I hear the gunfire, and I was debating here whether or not going the long way or the short way, so I decided to take the short way even though it's louder. And then to my south right now I hear footsteps, which is to my right. So I tuck behind the wall real quick. I'm like, okay. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I side in. I'm like, oh, it's Wraith. Don't target her. That'd be bad. So I'm like, okay, if it's just one person, I can push. But then I hear the second set of footsteps. It's an Octane. And I'm like, okay, so that's a full squad. Let's pull back. We'll maybe switch to charge rifle and get some shots in for damage. I see him right there. I take the shot, but it's just bad aim and not too little too late, basically. Just bad all around. So these guys are fighting it out. I go ahead and toss a nade to get some free damage in here to get my Evo shield up. It's too far off though. So right there, Caustic just got downed because he pushed too hard, and then I see the Wraith running away. Or I'm sorry, I see the Mirage fighting the Wraith, and he loses, so she ports out, and I immediately am like, no, I can't let this Caustic get away. So I see him, and I'm like, I take him down, and I just kind of wait for her to come back through her port, just in case she does. Because sometimes people will push. I have a really good probability of winning because I got the purple armor already, and I've got flatline ready to go. I should be good to go. But she doesn't come through here, so I decide to loot instead. I notice that his box is red, so I look around for another box, and there's one right there. Sure enough, it's got red armor. I go ahead and grab it, and then get back to my watch post just in case she comes around the corner or she comes to the port. But she plays it smart, and she doesn't. She actually just sort of runs away, which is exactly what I would have done in this particular instance. I would not have wanted to challenge, because I don't know if it's a full squad or not, so I wouldn't have pushed back. So good call on that person's part. Right here, I hear him fighting. I know it's the last two squads. I move in, and then she gets the other squad gets shredded. So right now probability is kind of going through my head. So it's probably a team of two, but I don't know that for a fact. I only heard two guns going off, and then it could have just been a quick 1v1. So I go ahead and throw some amped walls here, and you guys can kind of see how slow they kind of pop up. It's kind of slow. I wish they would tweak it just a little bit to where it would be a little faster, because in a fight, if they're not fully deployed, they are so weak, so weak. And this is supposed to be a fast-paced game, so it's really making people want to camp when they're using this character, because she's got a giant minigun, but it takes so long for her walls to go up. It encourages camping, which I don't think you should be a camper. Now, I camp a lot in this game because I'm alone. But if I'm out with a teammate, I for sure push. And right here is proof. See, I thought this was going to be a 1v1. I did heavy damage. I go running in. I'm like, I broke her already. Yeah, this is 1v1. It's time to go. I hear her healing right about here. I can hear her healing. You're right there. I heard it go off. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. I see her healing. I take the shot, and then boom, Loba out of nowhere. So luckily, we're just playing Ring Around the Rosie here. Luckily, I get this reload off just in time, and it's over after that. I just had that ammo reserve. I didn't really even celebrate because I'm like, whoo, that was sweaty. Good job, guys. So, but let the message be, stay in the game no matter what. Don't be a BFQ. That's gonna be my new thing. BFQs all day long. Anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed the carnage, and hopefully I see you guys next week. I know my videos have been kind of sporadic, though. If you enjoyed the carnage, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and as always, I look forward to seeing you all out in the frontier.